All right there. So, just a very quick report on how things are going with the orange amp. Yeah, so I've had it like 3 or 4 days now. Had a good chance to get used to it. So, just we'll talk about some things. So obviously, this is the Squire Tele Deluxe. I'm in the bridge pickup. That's ceramic humbuckers. Yeah, so there you go. Like, there's your sort of like not quite clean. This is clean. So we'll go on to like what? So nothing else, just the guitar into the amp and into the dirty channel. Tube screamer. So a fairly classic orange sound there, quite a lot of that thick sort of like that an orange has in its drive section. And I found it immensely useful having the auxiliary input. Now here's a little tip. So I've got several amps with the auxiliary input, and let me just share this little bit of information with you. On the Marshall MG15 that I've got, the auxiliary input, yeah, so say I'm putting like a drum loop into it, right, off of this machine, right, that will come out quite muddy. It's there, but it's quite a muddy, thick, sort of, you know, woolly sound. This is not quite as bad, but it's still quite muddy, you know, whatever the auxiliary is that you're putting into it. On the Blackstar, it's pretty good. It's a bit too low-endy, but it's all there. But it's a bit like boomy, but it's all there. On the Vox, the VT20 Plus, it's crisp and clear, like in a hi-fi, right? So that it's not really important because it's for practice, but it's worth knowing because maybe it will factor into your choice. But definitely the Vox has the best sort of sound with the auxiliary input. If you're going to be busking or performing with these amps and using the auxiliary input, it is super important. So I share that with you. Now, I've really enjoyed this, and I'm really glad I bought it. But the drive channel, it's totally different from the Crush 12, completely different. This is basically like set and forget. You know, I like find the gain level I like, and that's it. and it is you know, that nice thick zhuzhy, like 4-stage orange preamp. The Crush 12 is completely different. The Crush 12 is this, right? I said it, barely touched it since. Little nibble here and there. The Crush 12, I would be all over that all the time because there's so many interesting sculpts. This is like an orange practice amp. They've voiced it and equipped it for the beginner, and like it's their first, like, you know, amp with a good name on it. And yeah, it's good. It's good. The Crush 12 is great. It's not a typical practice amp. It's a total little orange tone machine. It's like they did, like, as if they did a pedal that's like a dual driver. So it's like distortion and overdrive pedal with an EQ section and put a speaker on it. That's what the little Crush 12 feels like. This feels nothing like that. This feels like the Marshall, but with an orange flavour. I like it, and I like them both equally, but if we're going to come down to pure sort of guitar sound, the Crush 12 has it, because it's so much more interesting, that drive section. This is useful, more useful than the Crush 12 to me right now, and in the studio going forward. But, you know, if I see a Crush 12 going second hand and it's got the black, you know, the black Tolex, then I'm going to, like, buy one. I'm going to get an orange 12 again, just purely for that tone sculptability. So it's not a rush, but it's something that it's on the shelf. If I see one second hand on, like, Facebook Marketplace or something like that, I'll get it. So, hope you enjoyed that, and there'll be more forthcoming. Good to see you all. Oh yeah, big news. I've got I'm moving into my own place next week. I pick up the keys, sign the papers in the week. There'll be more on that, so awesome.